Make connections to people. I'm one of the most influential and literally important to other human beings' lives, people in the whole world and the whole history of the world, like Judah Krishnamurti and Sun Yat-sen and Haile Selassie. And DT Suzuki, yes, DT Suzuki is, they have religious documentation that mentions him and his conversation and his making peace with the fire demon. He's the last airbender. DT Suzuki, yeah. I come from the land of the fire demons, and I'm their war god. And instead of sit there and say, okay, I'm going to fight him and kill him. Okay, me and Angel and Jay have met before. That's the first time I ever met their sister. Jay talked about that movie. I was like, don't base your life off of a movie, but connect to the spirit that the story is based upon. Okay. Jim Caviezel ain't Earl from Ralph and Mary. Diego's not, and the guy on he's doing that for an extortion gig to pay his bills to live here, and he's asking the Lord, is it okay if I pretend to be you to pay my bills because I'm not brave enough to get up and tell the people that produce the show that they're full of shit? Sure, man, you knock yourself out. Okay. Thank you. You're a nice guy. Of course, I'm the Lord. Okay. Great sense of humor. Okay. Excellent Tante sense of humor. Better sense of humor than most comedians. Well, because my jokes help free people from extortion, exploitation, and don't make fun of us getting fucked in the head over money, so we turn into people that make a joke out of rape and murder and kill. You know what I'm saying? And, like that one comedian they had, I didn't get his name, but he's sitting there and he said he was walking down the street and he saw a white woman and he started crossing the road. Then he saw another white woman. Then he's in the middle of the street. And then this Indian guy in a cab picks him up and goes, get in, brother. I understand. There's white women everywhere, right? And he sits there and he goes, yeah, Vishnu, blah, blah, blah. And then the cab driver, he sits there, calls him Denzel. He goes, my name's not Denzel. He goes, well, my name's not Vishnu. That shit was funny, right? So, but it's dysfunction. Two guys stuck in an extortion-based society with a criminal justice system that incarcerates you if you don't have enough money to properly fuck somebody for at a Jeffrey Epstein party. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, this sucks. It really sucks, yeah. The reason why the Epstein stuff was going away because Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, and you understand they're all business partners and friends. Yeah. Okay. Hey, man, you're the most powerful man in the world. You can pardon your son if he gets in dirty deals done dirt cheap with dirty people. You can't handle the truth, right? So, I'm what's that movie with Christian Slater and his Broken Arrow? Retarded. They're all retarded. Well, it's just people dealing with retarded. Entertainment is way overrated and needs to be reevaluated. What are we doing here? Magical thinking for lots of money because I don't want to live Lars Bear because I'm an angry, jealous fucktard. Okay, but Angelique Bassett, you're so cute. Oh, say it ain't so, Angie. Damn it, Courtney Smacker. Tell her, no, you don't want to Oscar. You don't smack her hard. You don't want to Oscar. You want to live the Lord's Prayer. What the hell's wrong with you? Stop acting. Okay. Make sure your actions are not based on heathens or hypocrites, right? So, but I communicate with people, and a lot of things like when I talked about the Roku stuff and things like that. When you have a device that helps share information and people communicate, okay, just make sure that the protections are just for you, so you have privacy within your home. What the problem is the protections are for the corporation that are making money of you or exploiting you for money. So the protections will radically change, and it'll be harder to gain access to a personal account, to a TV or a gaming system where you interact with the people you want to interact with. Okay, you won't get solicitations. You won't get, because what happens, you're open to solicitations from, yeah. I talked to Demis Hassabis, Jeff Hinton, and what's the other kid's name? Elon Musk. Yeah. Well, because Elon Musk, me and my dad talked about it. I said, this is bullshit. Everything that has a rechargeable battery, like my blower, my my extension chainsaw, and my weed eater, and all those things, should all have uniform batteries like regular batteries. Okay. All those batteries, you should have one spec. The government should have already taken care of this, because fraud, waste, and abuse. Damn, where's the military when you need it? Fraud, waste, and abuse. So, one battery thing should fit all. So you should be able to charge the battery if the one battery's not working good, or, and stuff. You should be able to take the battery from the blower and use the battery from the blower on the you'd have to buy a lot less batteries, yes, and you'd use a lot less batteries, and you'd have a lot less fraud, waste, and abuse. What are we? Hello, it's a ghost of John McCain. Do you understand? Oh, he was an asshole. I gave him some of the best information with two friends. One went to Embry-Riddle. One was had his degree in anthropology and stuff, and so we sat down and we talked about doing the rollback and how to most efficiently save the money without collateral damage and helping everybody out as best we could. We sat down at a booth at Pope Air Force Base, and then we sent it to, and Scott goes, we should send it to your congressman, John McCain, because he's one of the heads of the, and I said, okay. So I sent it, A month later, Scott comes in with the Air Force Times. They presented our thing to Congress and blah, blah. What'd you get back from John McCain? Nothing. And he goes, Earl, what? You sent it? Yeah, I sent it to John McCain. You got a copy of it? And I said, yeah. So, because Scott, Scott, he's one of those uptight Maryland, he had a copy of it. And I said, well, he never got back with me and said, well, they gave us credit for it. No, I said, no, some page probably got it, took it. He's not going to give you credit for it anyway. It's his idea. Yeah, they don't sit there and say, my constituents came up with it, then they'll vote for your constituents. It's competition for money and access to lobbyists, I didn't say that at the time, but I was like, hey, don't worry about it. All I care about is end results. All I care about is it gets done. Like Sergeant Yee in basic training, don't tell me how you did it. All I care about is that if it's good, make sure it gets done and the people get good. You know what I'm saying? Get right. And that's all that matters to me. Okay. All that I focus on right now is just people living the Lord's Prayer worldwide immediately. LY. That's all that matters to me. I don't think about. I do think about. They think I'm cold because what about Emily? There's nothing I can. The moment we're living the Lord's Prayer worldwide and using technology and stuff like that, Emily will feel better and get better. Kate will feel better and get better. Natalie will be a little bit more. You were right. It's like, yeah, you're so cute. Malaki, Shinaki, Banaki. Kanaki walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkie Kanaki. I love you too, Shane Renee. It'll be nice to have a good relationship with her again, But I just got to focus on everybody else. If I was going to focus just on me, I would have taken advantage of business opportunities in Sierra Vista they offered me for, being a business advisor to the wealthy, or other things like that. And taking advantage of certain things to be part of certain groups that were going after other groups. Last night when I went to bed and I was taking a shower and I was talking to my Amy again. She's so cute. But old Miss Amy, she goes, make a thing with ASU and one with what's your favorite in North Carolina? I was like, because all the places I lived, because I was making one in Wyoming. And she was like, and she goes, well, Washington and Idaho's close enough, I don't need to make Wazoo and Idaho. They're like 20. They're like 10 miles apart. Yeah, they're. And I got my New Mexico, so And she's all, don't go chasing waterfalls, because I'm like going and checking all these other places. She goes, that just stresses you. Would you want to live in Louisiana or Arkansas or Georgia? No. Okay. But I had to live in North Carolina. But you got friends and family there that you think about and love and that you're connected to. So don't go chasing waterfalls to get. Yeah, you're okay. You miss TLC. When little girls listen to songs, oh my gosh. She's cute. But we were having a good conversation. But last night after talking to her, I got a lot of this Total Recall stuff from the Rockefeller. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Yeah. They knew what they were doing. The way they came, we moved in. We ended up in Mesa. The Mormons came and missionized us. We ended up at the church. There were so many things. They were still trying to get me to choose the right and save Amy and me through the Mormon Church instead of go through all the hell. When we rejected the Mormon Church, we went through perversion and sexual abuse and hell. They sent us to Santa Fe and and it's business people all working together, because if you don't do what the Mormons want you to do, they want you to fail. Okay. Scientology wants you to fail because they think they're brilliant. Science is going to solve everything, and religions are all bullshit, and all religions need to be destroyed. Okay, so you got to see how these people think, and once you don't think about it. If you're a good person, just trying to live a faithful, honest, truthful, caring, kind life that respects their neighbors, doesn't put spyware equipment, doesn't do Wiseman's, it doesn't do sliver, and stuff. And if you're not a techno geek that wants to put cameras on your shoes to look up girls' dresses and shit like that, you don't think about this kind of shit, and you don't have to, what? Oh, I didn't see that coming, right? And then they're, well, you're not, I know I'm not Morgan Freeman, Alex Cross enough to keep us all safe from Wesley. As you wish. What about the rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist. Do you know what I'm saying? Have fun storming the castle, right? So, when you get these type of people, let's do to the pain to them. I'm just kidding. I'm being facetious. Okay. But some of these people you got to realize, and Jay and I was talking to Angel, I've talked to this kiddos before. I remember I completely adore him. His sister was really fun to meet, and her roommate was so cool. But I met the kids before, and I ran into Toby and his son. And there's people that I knew and know, and so we talked. And it's fun to talk because we love each other, and life's eternal, grace is infinite, and their family has, Jay's and Angel's family has strong ties to the line of Juan Diego. And so it's beautiful. Yeah, Mexicans that don't like being a part of the big murder drug cartel thing, they migrate a lot. Okay, it's like my grandma, First we're here, then we go to then she's in Spain, then in Spain the Inquisition, then they go to Germany, then you get the Hitler thing, then you end up in St. Louis, and then you end up in San Antonio, then you end up in, so you see what I'm saying. So, and my dad's family, a lot the way too, poor. Mom and dad were poor, so they had that light of, Thomas Builds a Fire, and and then here comes Christopher Columbus, and we start walking, and here comes George Armstrong Custer, and we're walking. We go to the moon, and here comes Neil Armstrong, and we're still walking. Okay. We migrants, it's like, son of a bitch. Far and away. We've got to get to Oklahoma. They'll come and you get an indigenous wife, and they'll kill her to take your land to drill for oil. Make it stop. So when you do things right, think of Proverbs and try to focus on the understanding that the wisdom comes from faith and infinite glory and understanding our eternal existence through molecular structures, because he's a good scientist. Okay, guys? I love you, right? Peace out, man.